Hey, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Welcome to the Daily Dose. Got to get things adjusted here. Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. Had my morning alternate week, second and fourth Tuesday of the month meeting, and thank you for being patient with me. The 8 a.m. Daily Dose at 8:30 a.m. Good morning to you. Good morning. When you come on here, let me know you're here. Give me a little thumbs up, little high five. I still don't know. They always keep making updates on here. And hey, good morning, Casey. Good morning to you. Welcome, welcome. This is episode number 44. Time to get up. That's the title. Get up today. It's time to get up. I hope you're up. If you catch this a little later, maybe I've been up for a while, had my coffee already, had my quiet time. I already has been in a Zoom meeting. Yes, I'm sure a lot of you are zooming through all the Zoom meetings. Gosh, you've never even been in the online space or the virtual space, and you've had to make that shift and that adjustment. And you got to get up. You got to get your kids up. I'm outside right now. This is my office because my kids took over the office. They're doing homeschooling. They don't have to really meet too much with their teachers. They have to do assignments. And I know in public school, maybe it's a little different than in private school. I did hear that they have to actually meet up with their teachers, Zoom meetings, all that stuff. But I'm today going to share with you. This, by the way, is the Daily Dose. And good morning, Tom. Good morning. Appreciate you being on here, man. Hope all is well your way. Thank you so much, too. It's really been great connecting. I know we haven't met, but in just the online space, really great connected with you. Appreciate you for watching. And I hope this is the point of the Daily Dose in episode number 4. We've been doing 44 days of encouragement. My daily dose is to give you a daily dose, not really of me. You can get a daily dose of anybody, right? Is to just provide you a daily dose of encouragement to get through your day that maybe not so encouraging, right? It may start off not encouraging. It may your whole world may be shifted. Your whole financial situation may be shifted. Your whole relationship situation may be shifted. And I can just say with you, we still got to get up, right? I didn't get to the beach this morning for the sunrise. I had a meeting and I had my quiet time. Wasn't able to get out there. But one of the things I get reassured is when I get up and I go see that sunrise that's right a couple houses away there, is to know that I'm going to get up. And I'm first off grateful. We talked about gratitude over the weekends. We do gratitude on Saturdays. And being Tuesday, this is the time I say get up. And it's a different kind of get up. Well, of course we got to get up. You get up in the morning, you open your eyes and you wipe Mr. Sandman out and you go do your deal. You get whatever you have to do, get done. You get your coffee, get your day started. But you have to initially get up. And I'm not talking about that get up. Hey, Terry, welcome, Debbie. Appreciate you, Jennifer and Kim. Thank you for coming on here. So I'm talking about the getting up when you fall down, because here's what happens. Yesterday we talked about on Monday, and I write my notes down, and we talked about how not to start your week off, right? And not to start it off with a plan. And if you want to go back, I've kept all these episodes. I download them. Episode 43 about yesterday. You can go scroll through, really just a couple of posts, and you go scroll through and watch that. But now it's about getting up. And I'm not talking about like the get up in the morning kind of get up. I'm talking about when you fall down. When you fall down and getting back up. And I can tell you there's been a number of times in my life that I've fallen down. A lot of times I've come up short. A lot of times that there was an opportunity where I could stay down. And it's, and I say that on a Tuesday because this is being a teachable Tuesday. Let's just call it Teachable Tuesday. Is if there's something I can encourage you is typically what happens on Monday is I'm all set up for the week. I'm ready, good to go. And then Monday comes and I kind of have maybe a bump here, or I get off my plan, or I don't do all the things that I wanted to accomplish, and then I'm falling down. And then Tuesday I fall down again. And so I want to encourage you before the rest of the week goes is to teach and just to give you that encouragement to get back up. One of the things I heard is actually really, and I'm sure you've probably heard of this before. Hey Scott, good morning. Good morning to you. Sarah and Jeanette, good morning to you as well. Appreciate you for being on here. One of the things I heard, it's pretty neat, and you think of, and this is very pertinent, so listen, and if this really captures you, it did to me, and I hope it does to you. You hear the ship isn't sinking because of the water around them, or around you or me. So the ship doesn't sink because of the water around you. The ship starts to sink because you're letting the water in, right? Is that the case? Like, you think of what keeps a ship down is the water letting in, not the storm around it. Like a good ship, a stable ship, a strong foundation ship that's built well is going to weather storm. You see some of those big, like I say, ships, like you think of the Navy. We have a naval base right here, literally like a couple of miles away, just north of here. And these giant ships, and they're able to weather like storms and go through, and you see some of these tankers and can weather some huge storms where they're built really, really, really well. Hey, Vinny, good morning. Thanks for being on here. Jeanette, appreciate you. And they're able to weather like the biggest of storms. Well, why are they able to do that? They don't let any of the water in. The water doesn't get in because what happens as soon as the water gets in, it allows the ship to sink. So my question to you is what water are you letting get in your life right now that's causing you to fall down in a sense, or maybe even if you want to apply it to like a ship out in the ocean, to sink? What's causing you to fall down? And here's the thing is letting the water get in, And, just because you're falling down, I wrote some things here, just because you're falling down and maybe even keep falling down or keep sinking doesn't mean you have to stay down. So when I say get up, it's maybe you're feeling down and out. Maybe you're feeling completely, at a loss. Maybe you lost your job, or you're struggling with your health, or you're struggling with your family life. Maybe you're like going out of your mind, losing all of your hair, trying to deal with all the family stuff that's going on in your world. Maybe it's just been completely turned upside down. And I'm just going to share is that just because you maybe have fallen down or in a bad spot, and maybe you just keep falling down, and Tuesday is just another Tuesday. I'm on week number 8 of quarantine. I don't know how I'm going to get through this week, but I got through the last 7. I keep falling down. Here's the thing. You don't have to stay down. You don't have to keep the water from getting in the boat. Here's how you do that. Well, first, I actually want to share. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Daniel. Appreciate you for being on here. Appreciate you. Cynthia, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just because you made mistakes, think of it in the terms of mistakes. Just because you've made some mistakes doesn't mean you have to keep making mistakes. Does that make sense? Just because you fail doesn't mean you have to keep failing. Doesn't mean you can't succeed. Just because you've maybe sabotage. You heard of that word, sabotage? I feel there's a bunch of sabotage going on right now for a lot of people. And maybe in the things that they're hearing, the people they're listening to, what they're watching, the anger and frustration that they're letting fester in, I feel, whether it be from others or from what you're watching, or maybe your own just disbelief of what's going on in this world. And maybe you're sabotaging your own efforts, but doesn't mean just because you're maybe sabotaging on a Tuesday doesn't mean you have to keep sabotaging your efforts. And go back to that ship, go back to thinking of that like battleship, right? What does it take to sink a battleship? You think of the game, the battleship, right? When you put in you put the little things in. I know they have like electronic battleship, but you think of the battleship, and I think of, man, even when life tries to take you out, tries to push you down, tries to put the water in, tries to sink your ship, right? Like, here's the deal. I heard this a couple of weeks ago. We're all in the same storm. Everybody's in the same storm right now. But the difference is, and it could be where you're at, it could be the difference between where I'm at, is that we're all in a different ship, and it's our own ship. And if you have a strong, solid foundation, then you are going to survive this storm. I know for me, there was some storms in my life that I felt down and out, felt like I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to keep going. I just wanted to give up. And I would say it's partly the foundation of my childhood and having amazing parents and being disciplined and also learning how to think for myself. Here's the biggest thing right now. I almost feel that the biggest reason why people aren't getting up right now, and I'm not even going to get into all coronavirus politics, who you believe, who you don't believe, none of that. It doesn't really even matter. What matters is how you choose to respond, how you choose to receive it or not to receive it. If you choose to get up or if you choose to stay down. And I could say one thing is my parents, I'll give them credit. I'm going to give them credit where credit is due, is that they taught me to think for myself. I'll tell you what, a lot of us could really use some help when it comes to thinking for themselves, making good decisions, not based on what everybody else is saying or what the world is telling you to believe. Decisions. And let me share this. Check this out. One of these things that just binds to why my foundation is strong right now. And now it doesn't mean it can't sink. Doesn't mean sometimes I feel like not getting up. But today is not that day, and I hope it's not the day for you. Hey, Jeremy, welcome. Listen to this. And I want to say this to you. If you feel like you're falling down, you feel like, you're sabotaging yourself, you're making mistakes, you do not have to stay down. Get up. Please get up. God is setting you up for the greatest comeback. Think of this. If you can just focus today, You have the greatest comeback. Listen, I got people come into my world and their health is atrocious, terrible. That may be you. And they've fallen down and they've failed and they've made mistakes and they've sabotaged their efforts and they continue to fall down and they continue to feel terrible about the way they look and feel. And I'm not talking about getting chiseled abs. I'm talking about just being healthy, having a healthy life, not being overly worried about getting a virus because you're terrible. Your health is in terrible shape because that's the way you've treated it for the last 10 or 20 years. It doesn't mean you can't get up. Listen, God is setting you up for the greatest comeback, but you got to allow him to. And how do you do that? You got to first get up. Listen to this. Joshua 1:9. This is such a good verse. Have I not? Now, again, whether you have a strong faith or not, please listen to this. You don't have to be a Christian to listen to and to look into the Bible. In fact, you can be an atheist and go look in the Bible, right? Here we go. Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? ? Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. The Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Listen, I'm not with my coaching clients wherever they go, although on a coaching standpoint, I am in a sense where if they have questions, they come to me and I give them the answers that they need so that they don't keep falling down. They don't keep making mistakes. They don't keep sabotaging their efforts. I help them learn how to get up and not just get up, but to stay up. But listen to this. In life, not just your health, in life, do not be frightened. First, if you're afraid, it's going to be hard to get back up. It's going to be easy to stay down in a sense of fear. And do not be dismayed because the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Here's the thing, as a believer, as a Christian man, husband, father, son, is one of the things I believe is the Lord God is with me wherever I go, whatever comes my way. Does that mean I don't have some fears? Oh, I'd be lying to you. There's not a perfect Christian out there. There's only one perfection, and that's not any of us on earth. But I can tell you this. Good morning, Grace, and good morning, Kelly. Good morning to you. Is that he is with you wherever you go. If you're stuck at home and you're staying home, he's with you there. Here, one of the things, I don't have my coffee cup with me now, is we did a survey. There was in student ministry, we talked about you're on holy ground. Right now, wherever you're sitting, wherever you're standing, if you're at your office, you're in your car, if you're at home, if you're in bed, you're on the couch, you're at the beach, if you're at, wherever you work in this world, maybe you're in transit or commute, you're on holy ground right now. God is with you. You got to let him be in your life to be with you. But check this out. And listen to this one. Romans 12:12 is so good. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in tribulation. Can I get an amen? Be impatient right now. Be patient in tribulation and be constant in prayer. My encouragement to you today is to get up. Like, get up right now. Like, if you're lying down, get up and start to own your day. Do not let your day try to run you. And how do you do that? You listen to words like this that are true and living. Rejoice in hope. Have some hope. Be patient in tribulation. But Mark, I've been patient for the last couple of weeks. I've been patient with this person. I've been patient. I've been patient with my kids. I'm telling you, I've been patient with my kids. Not too much. I'll try to be. It's a work in progress. But I've been patient. I've been patient with, I'll tell you what, one of the things, I'm patient with the clients, my coaching clients that work with me. I know they're struggling. They fall down. They need some help. They got saboteurs. They have weekends that sabotage their efforts, foods, snacks, treats, things that are trying to sabotage them from getting the healthiest they can be. And here in the time that we live in now, no matter what it looks like for you, whether you're on the top of the world or you're at the bottom of the barrel, I would say you got to get up. You got to keep getting up. Even if you're at the top of your game and you're up here and you're like, woo, you still got to get up, because at the end of the day, you know it's coming. There's going to be something that's going to try to take you out. And I'll tell you, if you can stand firm and rejoice in that hope that you have and trust and believe that God, no matter what kind of circumstance to come into my world, no matter what, I struggle with patience, but I know there's going to be tribulation, and I know you're teaching me how to be patient right now, how to be patient and to be constant in prayer. I wish I could say that I'm constant in prayer, and it's something that I work on. And I try to, but you know what? It never fails. I never feel that I don't get value anytime I pray. Whether I'm praying for God, what is this trying to teach me right now in this season? Whether I'm praying to God for someone who's maybe struggling, maybe it's somebody who's sick, maybe it's somebody who's in a dark spot in their life and maybe in a state of fear and frustration and anger and all those things, those emotions, right? And I would say my hopes to you today is that you get up. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. You've lived probably many Tuesdays, but today is the only Tuesday right now you have. That's it. You don't have the ones in the past. Maybe you've lived on this earth like me 47 years, and there was a lot of Tuesdays you went through, right? A lot of Tuesdays you got through. A lot of Tuesdays you were able to maybe get back up when you've fallen down. You maybe made mistakes and you were able to correct on your mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Learn from your mistakes. How do you do that? I can tell you in my world with my coaching clients, they come to me and they hire me to be their coach because they've made mistakes. They've sabotaged their efforts. They've fallen down and don't know how to get back up. And on a standpoint, in a coaching standpoint, in a mentorship, when people come in and they hire me, is I help them with that, help them overcome those obstacles that get in the way of them being their healthiest self. Beyond the physical sense, there's also a mental transformation that occurs. And hey, back to the faith, I'll tell you what, before having faith, before really knowing how truly loving God is in my life, until I truly knew how unconditional his love for me was, I was sabotaging my efforts. I was falling down and having a hard time getting back up. I was making mistakes and not learning from those mistakes. And they seemed to keep creeping up and keep creeping up and keep creeping up. Until I learned, hey, when you get up each day, when I get up each morning, and when you get up, you have a choice to get up and then just try to figure it out on your own, or lean in on the people who are not going to guide you the right direction, or you can lean on God. You can lean on a Heavenly Father who wants the best for your life, who wants you to not be dismayed, who wants to be with you wherever you go. Isn't that some reassurance? Isn't that encouraging? Please, if that's encouraging, you better give me some love right now, some thumbs up. Hey, even if you don't have faith or know what that looks like, be encouraged by this message that you need to get up. It's time to get up. Stop sitting on the couch. Stop feeling bad about yourself. Stop. If you need help, if you don't know what that looks like, if you need a counselor, get a counselor. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people I know that are hurting right now. A lot of people that are struggling. If you need a coach in your life, if your physical health is a complete disaster right now, and you're not making the efforts to get somebody to help you, it's your own damn fault. I'm sorry, it's your own fault. It's time to get up. And when you get up, then seek out the help you need, whether it be praying to God, or whether it be finding a counselor, whether it be hiring a coach, whatever that looks like. Today's the day that you can get up. Jesus said it many times, get up. In fact, there's a story, and I'll just do that, share with you real quick, and I put this in. And I'm not going to go through the whole story, and if you've heard of it, chances are you've heard of it, the invalid is down by this body of water. And every time the water is stirred, the first person that gets in gets healed. Unfortunately, this guy was sitting there for 38 years, and he couldn't get up. Nobody was there to help him. And what happened was with God, he said, and Jesus came to him and he said, I wrote it. He said, do you want to get well? That was before he said to get up. He said, do you want to get well? And the invalid, the guy who was down by the well who wanted to get healed, he couldn't move. He was sitting on this mat for 38 years. And he said, but there's no one to help me get into the pool, get into the water to get healed. There's no one to help me. And Jesus told him, get up. He said, get up. And then he said not only to get up, he said to pick up your mat and walk. He said to follow him, right? And that's an amazing encouragement to you is, listen, I know there's people that have been struggling, maybe not 38 years. Maybe you have been struggling for 38 years. And the first thing, if you notice in this verse, it said, do you want to get well? So I don't know what that looks like for you. I don't know where you're struggling, if it's your health, if it's your, if it's your finance, if it's relationships, if it's just life, everything, all the above, A, B, C, and D. That's what I chose in school, all the above. I don't know the answer. C was the answer. You always, when in doubt, you choose C. But I don't know what that looks like for you. But I'm going to ask you, before you get up, do you want to get well? If you don't want to get well, then don't get up. Simple as that. If you want to get well, I encourage you, today could be the day that you get up. You get out of disappointment, you get out of the mistakes, you get out of the sabotage, you get out of the failed efforts, the failed attempts, and you get up and then you walk. And then you know what? Here's the cool thing. You say, carry your mat. Don't just forget about all the things that you went through, the struggles. Use them. In fact, part of my life, the biggest part of my life is from all those things that I'm carrying around from my mat. And it's not like to weight me down. It's to remind me of how far I've come. And how far I've come, and really how far God has led me to right now and today, to give you this encouragement, because that's all it's for. Listen, that's all I have for the Daily Dose. It is truly to get up. And if you're encouraged by this message, I encourage you to share this with somebody, share this with a friend. If you want to give me thumbs up, I don't need the praises. If this just helps one person, if it's worth it, it is worth it to me. If it encourages one person, whether it's live or on a replay, I'm going to keep doing. This is episode number 44. And I'll tell you what, I'm a health coach. I'm an online health coach. I'm not a pastor, theologian. I have a strong belief that Jesus is my Lord and Savior, and he is my connection to God. And while he continues to help me connect to God, I'm going to try my best to help connect to you. Now, on a side point, I am a health coach. I'm an online coach. I've been doing this for 25 years. I developed an online coaching program in the last 2.5 years. I have a 21-day challenge that's coming up. Keep on the lookout for that. It's a free challenge. And I'm giving away some money. That's pretty cool. But also, on a side point, is I help people get up. That's part of what God's made. He's made it possible, for me. He's given me the talents, and it's given me the direction for the past 25 years of my professional career to help focus on helping people get up. Listen, if you don't want to get well, don't reach out to me. Simple as that. If you don't want to get well, don't reach out to me. If you want to get well and you're struggling, if you have extra weight to lose, if your health, if your diet is a complete disaster, if you have no idea what you should be doing for workouts or exercise, you know you need to get healthy, but you have no idea where your season is, where you're at in your life right now, and don't have any idea what that looks like, I can help you. But you got to do two things. You got to first be willing. You have to be willing to get well, and then you need to get up, which may mean just taking that first step and just reaching out to me, sending me a message. We'll hop on a quick call. We'll talk about what that looks like. Hey, if you want to talk about faith, we can do that as well. It's all good here. So listen up. Get well. In order to get well, you got to get up. That's my message to you today. Take care and have an amazing, blessed day. We'll see you later.